Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Plan B Success. If there's someone who gives you the advice to burn your bridges and focus on the only plan, I would recommend that you run as far away from them as possible. We live in a fast-changing world and face uncertain times. To not just survive, but thrive in such times, you need to bank on your creativity, flexibility, and zeal to go after what you truly seek. To not have an option and go after one and only one thing is no longer a wise plan. Whoever said that when you don't give yourself options, you focus on the one thing you have in hand and make it successful? That may be true for someone who has determined where their passion and purpose come together. But even then, the savviest of people and organizations have tried and pivoted until they succeeded. And what more is that pivot but a plan B? Everyone has a plan A and is diligently working on it. Whatever you're doing, whether a job, freelancing, or making plans for a career or education, you're on a plan A. And there's nothing to say whether this plan will work out or not. That is exactly the reason to have a plan B, not as an afterthought, but in tandem with plan A. When you set out to plan your career, business, or life, you always evaluate possibilities, risks, opportunities, and potential ways of getting to them. That's your analytical brain at work. And it's at this time that you can put together an option or two for yourself, not just one. This lets you be a step ahead of the game if your plan A were to face any challenges down the line. When a plan B is an afterthought, the same kind of analysis and rigor doesn't go into planning for it, as you do at the outset when determining a plan A. By having an option, you're not necessarily giving up on plan A or giving yourself an out. To think that it jeopardizes your commitment to plan A is foolish. This is just a wise way of ensuring that you have a fallback plan, or for that matter, a plan that can go hand in hand with plan A, so you do not have to start from scratch. Time will be your friend in the long term as a result of your analysis and focused commitment at the outset. Plans do tend to go awry, and those that are smart catch this before it happens and improvise to keep at it. Others stall and ruminate, wasting time with no other option in sight. Prior planning saves all that. Besides, being prepared is half the battle won. It helps build on your confidence and execution capabilities. Having a plan B allows you to give all you have got to your plan A, which is the first choice. You don't fear not having an option in case of failure and can tackle your plan A to win. Imagine not having a plan B and working on plan A under duress, not knowing whether you'll fail, and if you do, not having a net to bounce back on. Risk-taking is a better possibility with an option out there to continue your work than to start from scratch. Of course, there's always a strong affinity for plan A since that's the path you're on and want to do everything in your power to make it successful. Sometimes you land in plan A only to realize that you want to do something else. In either case, not all plans tend to traverse in a linear path. It may result in the need to tweak plan A or change it altogether. And while you ride a wave of emotions as a result of all things not in your favor, it becomes difficult to look ahead or plan for it. Doesn't it make sense to plan for such alternatives ahead of time when you have your collective wit about you? That, I think, would be the rational approach. Plan A's simply do not work all the time. Accept that and hope that you never have to face it. but have that plan B. Know that you can cope and adapt. Take advantage of that aspect right at the outset. A door may close only to find so many others open. Who knows? Your plan B may prove to be so much superior to your plan A, for you have acted on it with gathered experience and wisdom. Of course, no one may know or needs to know what their plan B could be at the outset, or how it may shape up to be, but simply have the confidence in one and that it will work out. Having a plan B is about not giving up, ever. Have a plan B, since your plan A may not always go well, but be tenacious to keep going on, moving ahead. Have a plan B to fall back on and implement, either out of necessity or because you want to. Why just a plan B? Have a plan C and D as well. Nothing stops you from that. But more importantly, know that having these options has nothing to do with your level of determination to see your plan A through. Depend on your conviction and energy to see things through and get things done. Perhaps run a side project as a plan B and have fun with it. Happy planning, happy executing, and let's see you amidst your outcomes. Hey, I hope you liked that episode. Please do check out Plan B Success Podcast on your favorite listening platforms. It's also available on www.planb.live. If you're looking to learn how to podcast and learn everything there is to ideate, create, launch, and monetize a podcast, do get in touch through the website www.planb.live, and I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you very much.